What's up, YouTube? My name is Eric, and I'm going to be showing you how I took a client from one client at $500 to five clients and almost 10 grand in just 2 weeks using only Instagram, and it's super beginner friendly. Anybody could do it. It'd be real easy if you're a copywriter, growth operator, or if you're just a business coach and you need to make 10 grand in less than a month. So what we did was we optimized his Instagram. All right. And the best way that we found was our stories, but there's a few more other ways. Like, of course, you need content, you need to get more followers. And then one other way that we used was DMs. What we would do is we would message everyone in the comment section on his reels, anybody new that followed, and people that hearted and viewed his story. Depending on who it was, if they looked like they was interested in coaching, maybe you could click on their profiles when they view your story, and if they have any sort of fitness in it, that's what we targeted, because he is a fitness and discipline coach and test maxing. You could also, I blocked his name, but if you're on Instagram enough, you'll be able to see him. And an example message for our comment section would look something like, we would be like, love what you had to say, man, or just make a joke with them. So you could really do that really easy, especially if you have a ton of reels, a ton of follows, and have an active audience. This would be great for you to do. New followers too. We hit them with the, what's up, man? Noticed you followed me. I appreciate the support. Out of curiosity, what made you follow? And this really helps people think like, oh, damn, like he's really active with his audience. And then for story viewers, we just be like, what's up? Saw you on my story. Just wanted to know what you thought about XYZ, whatever the story was about. And this gets them thinking, oh, he's chill. He's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And it gets your audience more like almost active and ready to chat with you, making you seem more human and more cool, to be honest. And another way was, well, no, the best way actually was stories, to be honest. This is the best way that you'll get any type of clients. And the best one is proof. Now, of course, if you're just starting out, you don't have much proof, but if you do, you could really capitalize off it. The proof really takes people from thinking that he's a scammer, and if they think like, this is teaching even work, this is probably a scam. Most likely heard the same shit on YouTube, and it just changes them from being like, shit, this shit works. He's not bullshitting. And an example of proof would just look like you showing a transformation from one of your clients or one of your friends. Just use whoever you have. It could be fucking your fucking mother. It could be your dad. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you've actually incorporated and got them results. Maybe you're in info products and you're selling drop shipping. You could show how much money you've made some people. But in this case, it was fitness, and we showed the transformation. He absolutely blew up his muscles, and this builds goodwill, makes people feel more confident when they DM you and when they talk to you, and it just changes the core belief about your training and your programs overall. You want as many of these as possible. You never want to have a cap on these. The more proof photos you have, the more client testimonials and results leads to more DMs and more DMs. And once you get those DMs, you could send people to book a call with you, get them on Calendly, and you always want to send them to book a call. It's always necessary because there's always somebody that's on the edge. You might get a text message if you try to sell them through text message only. You might get like a, yeah, bro, let's do this shit. And then a couple hours go by, a day go by, and they have not paid you yet. They haven't even messaged you. They're gone. With the sales call, you can like really sweet talk. You could really chat, get them in the mood, get them feeling it. And you really want to get good at sales, or just get you a guy and prep questions and be ready for anything that you think they might ask. And once you do all that, you should be able to close them. And I will show you another way that you could get more out of one client, but in a moment. The second stories is engagement stories, and an example would be, this is Tyson Scales, a very big popular copywriter, pretty cool guy. And small stuff like this gets followers active, gets them like interacting with you, and just makes them more. The more active a follower is, the more likely they will buy from you. What you could do is do Q&A questions too on your story, sort of like this, but instead you'll be talking or just have a whole bunch of text of you answering a question with like maybe a picture from fucking, let's say, Jeremy. Jeremy messaged you in the DMs, you're answering Jeremy's question on the story, or he messaged you in the comments and you're answering his shit on a story or in a whole post. And it makes more people want to ask questions, and that just intrigues and creates more potential clients because they're like, oh, I fuck with this guy. He's actually fucking with me. He's giving me advice and shit. It makes you look more trustworthy. Not a CTA. A CTA one is simple. Everybody should know this. It's just basically it gets people to tap in. And for those people that don't know where to go, you put on your story either a link or, in this case, it was LFG. That's his code word. A lot of people, you'll see if they're in health, it'll be if they're in fitness, it'll be health, and then for some e-coms, it'll be like shipper, whatever the fuck. And it gets instant DMs, bullshit going on there, just instant DMs to your fucking inbox. It gets them to tap in and it's easy to understand. You don't want to be too complex. You want to be simple as fuck. Make sure it's in your highlights as well. You want it in your highlights. If it isn't in your highlights, then for people that don't see your stories, they won't be able to know like where the fuck I go. Yo, do I just tap in? Of course, they might see it on your bio, but it's always gonna have the story as well. Nothing complicated either. You can have a link with it as well. DM me this type deal. Leads to the DMs and book calls. This was the first day we've tried this. We incorporate. It's good to always incorporate this one with proof as well, or just you want a mashup of stories in general. So we incorporated this one with a proof, and instantly we got over 20, a bit more over 20. There was a ton of people that was messaging because this was the first time he's ever dropped something like this. So yeah, it works. And then lifestyle. This just makes everything else work because you look more human. You look more like a person that's not just trying to, it stops people from thinking he's always trying to sell me something. He doesn't really care. It stops people from thinking that because they see that you got your own life. You're living shit. This guy right here, his name is Shredded Sages. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen him. He blew up. And one of his teachings is to eat outside in the sun. And in a day in the life of Tex Maxing, he's literally eating outside in the thumbnail. He's practicing what he preaches. He's not bullshitting. Doing the shit he literally tells you to do in the whole last video. So why wouldn't you believe it? It's working for him. He's outside. He's getting fit. You know what I'm saying? He got a great physique, and eating outside fucking helped him. Pretty good. Now, showing your teachings are actually what got you there, and not just a money grab. This is what this is all about. And it might just lead to them DMing you. It might not, but it's still gonna get people in the motion and ready that what you teach is actually useful and helpful, and then it might lead to them DMing you. And then the last one, of course, is good content, reels. We made sure that he only dropped 3 a week because 3 a week ensures the ideas stay fresh and aren't forced. Whenever you start forcing ideas, you get one out every single day. It starts to, you're almost like, you're killing the potential to have some good ideas. The same way that if you was to go to the gym every day for like hella hours, you're killing your progress. It's the same thought process that you need to sit there and think and develop a good ass idea and not just post bullshit. Right? And this will lead I'd say 1 out of the 3, you put a little DM me CTA and have it in the comments. You could put it in the bio and description, and then that'll lead to a booked call in the DMs. If you have a DM funnel, obviously you should. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning with the calls, and this is how you get the most out of any client. If the prospect doesn't have all the money, a lot of people like to give out discounts. Never give out a discount for free because then you're fucking up all the perceived value in the entire program. Let me see if I can spell that. Like, keeping it in the box. Damn. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can read that? No? Okay. So when you give out a discount for free, you're destroying all the perceived value. They're like, "Why he's giving it out for free so easy? It was $3,000, now it's fucking 1K. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it really worth $3,000 if you're just gonna lower it?" So what you do is you still lower it, but not for free. And what I mean by that is you get either a referral, a testimonial, or they pay you the rest some other day. You know what I'm saying? Next other payday. Now this one is obvious. You know, you put people on payment plans, but these two, I don't see many people doing them. They always try to get the money up front or have them pay the rest or have them pay you tomorrow. If they didn't have the money today, they won't have it tomorrow. So that's stupid. And referrals are the best one, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you have like no clients or one client. Because what you could do is you could have them refer you to somebody, but they don't get the discount unless the person that they referred to shows up for the call. They don't need to, you don't need to close them. You don't need to do anything else with them. Just as long as that person that they referred you to actually books and shows up for the call, then you could give them the discount and they could walk away with a discount because it still makes them feeling like, damn, you had to pay for it, technically, because they had to refer you to somebody. They had to do a whole job just to get this discount. And regardless whether you close them or not, you have the potential to. So if you're a good sales guy, sales girl, whatever the fuck, you're good at it, you might be able to get 2 for 1 client. And then you might be thinking like, damn, he couldn't pay for this shit. Why would one of his friends can? You know? It's all right, because what you could do is give him the discount as well and have him refer you to somebody else. So now you potentially have 3 clients instead of the 1 or the 2. Now you have potentially 3 clients that you didn't have before, and now you can use all their testimonials, and you'll never have to do the discounting shit again because you have so many testimonials, so much backup proof that people are like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna give him all this $3,000, or I'm gonna find out how to give him all this fucking $3,000, you know? And I know every offer won't be $3,000 or $2,000, but still, it gets them thinking like, shit, all right, he's gotten results for all these people. I gotta get in with him, you know? And give them the same, you give them the same referral discount, and person must show up still. And the second one, obviously, is testimonials. Now, everybody gets testimonials regardless of if they're doing this discount method. But the difference with this one is they need to update you through the whole journey so you could give it to your audience and be like, shit, look at what he's going through right now. All this stuff that he has going on, showcasing the entire story from zero to wherever the fuck they're supposed to end up at with your program. And that's what they get for the discount. That's what you get for the discount is a crazy ass showcase. And you gotta make sure that they giving you everything. You want updates daily. You cut the product by 1,500. All right. So you deserve updates daily about what's going on, the effects it's having, just walking through it. And then you can create a whole Instagram highlight for that. You have a highlight like Jeremy's fucking adventure. I don't know, but you just walking through it, just day by day. Clients get to see him change. Oh shit, he made $1,000 this day. Damn, next day he made 1,200. Next day he made 15. Oh my gosh, he just hit 10. You know, and then it proven once and for all your methods get shit done, all while showcasing it entirely. And then paying the rest, they just pay you the rest. It's not that hard. They just pay you the rest. So some random time. But you always should mix up the 3. Always try to mix up the 3. If they're gonna pay you the rest, get you 1 referral. Get you 1. Yeah, you could pay me the rest next week, but for the fucking trouble you're putting me through, you gotta refer me to somebody. All right, they gotta show up for the call. Fuck that. They gotta show me up for the call. Testimonial, I want that too. Just making the most out of this. This is never a bad thing when somebody can't pay for it all. Just means you get different opportunities to, have some leverage. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're selling should work. So it's going to work for them. They're going to make $10,000 in 3 months. So the least they could do is get somebody else to make $10,000 in a month. Get somebody else to be fit and have abs, And that's the end for this video. I hope you guys got some type of information from that and how y'all could maximize Instagram and, make $10,000 in 2 weeks like this guy. So